Hi again, this is Enrique Otarola, and this is our first broadcast of the Enrique Otarola show, where you can learn a little bit of taxes, business, and everything else in between. A lot of times what I get asked is, hey Enrique, why would I want to pay a tax preparer like you to rip me off and do my taxes when I can go and buy my software in the store and do it on my own? And I'm like, okay, let's see. I get a lot of those, and that's a tough one, you know. And I will say, okay, let me take a look on your prior year tax return. Say, sure. So I go and take a look, and then I'm like, and this is why I encourage everybody to go and find a tax preparer. Why? Because pretty much, even for a tax preparer, like, don't get me wrong, I have experience doing this, and I have a lot of experience doing this, and I use several software, so don't get me wrong what I'm about to say, but every time when a new software comes every year, or even with the updates, sometimes the softwares, the major companies, they change a little bit, the menus change a little bit, and then I have to play and get familiar, and then run a few tests, you know, to see how it works, like deductions, business, family, and all that kind of thing, mortgage, and blah blah blah. So could you imagine? And then I try to picture myself. Okay, let's say I don't know, Bob. And then I went to the store, bought my software, I installed it, and yes, they said you can, it's easy, and then you go step by step, but you know what? How many of you guys can relate to, okay, I buy the software, I start doing, and then even if I just have a simple form, W2, and then it's hard for me, 1 to 1, 2 to 2, and then there are these really weird codes when you have to drag down the menu. How many of you? Raise your hand. I know, and I get a lot of that. So, and not only because the a tax preparer will easy your life, not only because that, and also because a tax preparer is trained to make it work everything on your favor, is to give you advice, tax advice, and to make it to help you plan your goal in life. If you want to buy a house, if you want to save money for a car, if you want to pay debt, if maybe you owe money to the IRS, and then you want to, I don't know, create a business plan or something, whatever is your goal in life, a tax preparer will help you with that. So if you pay a tax preparer, I don't know, $20 up to $800 if you have a business or not, I don't know, depends on the case and the state. It's worth it to use a tax preparer, not only because that, but also because a tax preparer will help you not to get in trouble. The tax preparer is trained to use that software, and he knows where everything goes. You imagine yourself, a tax preparer does dozens of tax preparations every year. By the time that he's doing yours, he already did a lot, so he knows where all the numbers go and all that stuff. How many? But if you go to the store and buy one, and maybe you do it yourself, or your brothers, or your sons, or your parents, I don't know, compare that. You can compare. It's like, I don't know, I don't want to put more examples, but that's reality. That's why you need a tax preparer, not only because it works better in your advantage, but because it will help you not to get in trouble. And I can say also that a tax preparer will get you a better refund. Like, it happens to me all the time. Like, I have this client last night, and she told me, oh, I usually get about $1,000 refund, and then I did it, and then I asked her all these questions, and then I went, okay, you can, in my head, okay, she can write up this and that because the kind of work that she does. So after I did all the write-ups, she couldn't believe that her refund was like 3 times $3,500, and she was like, what? Yeah. And if I tell her in that moment, okay, you are good to go, let me take you look for the prior years, and that will be good for you. So that's why you want to use a tax preparer for your tax preparation. All right, okay guys, I know it's our first show, but I gotta go. No, I hate to say, but I must go. All right, everybody.